You are live. That's so right on the screen. Yes.
Said so right on the screen.
That's the first time I've ever seen that.
Working. Hey, you usually go on your phone playing around.
Well, because I'm usually inviting people. This time I did it early. Of course, no one will come on now because I already clicked on it. And they're like, nothing's there.
Yeah. Well, tonight's episode of Bill Clinton Plays the P-Funk cannot be brought to you today for this lovely podcast.
Woo!
What is up? Hello, everybody. This is Art Assault, the podcast. I'm Josh, JRB5. This is K711 Kevin. And below us, we got Vanilla Sugar. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me. Woo.
Like I said, those that have never watched an episode, we paint. We got Rat Fink we're working on for a raffle piece over there to the right, left, whatever side it is.
Stage right, stage left.
Stage right. And we're going to raffle it off next week at Baca, the Rock for Baca event up in Salina, Kansas. So we're going to try to get a little bit further on it today. And then we're going to obviously talk with Vanilla Sugar.
And for all you people out there, I got 2 pieces that were given away if you guess the number.
And I did not update this, so you got to give me a minute. We had on my banner 1 through 500. Those that have been watching know the rules.
And here's the other one.
As soon as I get this updated.
And they're limited edition and numbered. Only made 10 of each. So once the 10 are gone, then you're going to get the first ones if you guess the numbers between 1 and 500.
See, there's the ticker. 1 through 500. Price is Right rules. But yeah. Yes,
we guess up to, but not beyond.
Did I accidentally mute you, or you, Kay?
I found a way to unmute myself.
Okay. Did I do it?
Pieces.
Oh, I'm sorry if I muted you. I did not mean to mute you.
Did you mute her?
I don't think so.
I thought she muted herself.
I'm unmuted now, though. So
that's all that matters. That's all. My screen's doing some wonky stuff over here.
We have no real format per se. You can talk about anything you want to. You can talk about your puppy if you want. Talk about your, was it tuba lessons you were taking at that one time, or French horn, whatever it was?
French horn lessons, yeah.
I tell you, I'm a fanboy. I've been following you for years.
Thank you. Yeah, I will talk about my French horn lessons. I play a lot of different instruments, and one of the things I started playing in junior high was French horn. I did trumpet, and then they switched me over because, I don't know, a lot of marching bands don't have enough French horn players.
Yeah.
And, I stayed with it. I have a French horn actually here. It's still good to go. I still play sometimes. Not as much as I should, though. I should definitely try to do it a little bit more often.
Yeah. And I always thought the French horns look cooler because they're smaller and compact, and they're, some of those big tubas and the trombones, it's like my son played trombone, and
those are hard because you don't really have like any keys. It's just
right. But when he went, he transitioned to playing bass, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, they're the same."
Wow, that's so cool.
So he basically everything he could play on the trombone, he was playing on bass within like 2 weeks.
That's amazing.
So,
hello, Jana. She starts off, or this is she's guessing 101, but this is episode 101. So I got it labeled on. I think she's guessing 101.
But it's also episode 101, so she's right and wrong. She's not wrong. She just didn't guess that.
She may be right. Yeah. We're not telling you.
You're within 500, that's for sure.
It's close.
We do this as kind of like a gimmick to get people interacting. And, it's a pretty cheap way to to get people involved, giving away prints and stickers and stuff like that, get our art out,
Yeah, no, that's really cool. I like the whole concept, and I love that you guys are like literally creating right now.
Yeah, we're fixing to. I'm going to take the helm because that motorcycle's been driving me crazy.
He's nuts by the motorcycle part, and I'm about the hands and feet. So I'll let him, because I can work around the rest of the motorcycle, stuff like that. But first, some news.
Here's
get your sponsors right.
Oh, not yet.
Not yet.
I'm gonna start doing them a little later.
We usually talk a little bit about the local art scene. If you got any local art, of course, where are you at right now? Are you in Texas or in LA?
I'm in Houston right now because I have a show coming up on Tuesday. So
okay, because I also know you got family somewhere in Texas.
Yes,
too.
I'm actually over at my parents' house right now.
Oh, so it is Houston. For some reason, I was thinking Austin. But
no, Houston. Right.
That's a huge difference.
Yeah, about 3-hour drive.
Well, 12 hours for me. I know exactly where they both, and then 8 hours to Austin. So
wow.
So that would actually add. See, I got my numbers right. There's a Wichita art exhibit generated some heated reactions and raised some provocative questions for some venues. Mark Arts did kind of a feminist type specter of feminism, and what they did was did some art from some locals. When they say local, regional, in the Plains area, Oklahoma, Missouri, Kansas, and they did some locals current. And then they also presented some feminism type stuff from 50 years ago. But the complaints were cost about some of the more current stuff because of the gay and lesbian culture, and also some of the suggestive thing. One woman did a piece of art with surgical tools that outlined the woman's body. And I'm just kind of, it's a really long article, so I'm not going to read it all. But the premise of it was they had some kind of kids show in there, and they said, and in the contract, she had to mute it or block it so the kids couldn't see it per se. And then she can come back and unblock it. But instead, she felt like she was being censored, so she took all the tools off, and literally in front of the piece of art, she put all the tools inside of a box on a stool in front of the piece of artwork. I haven't seen it. I have been, and I have performed at Mark Arts. To me, I'm like, if you don't want to look at it, just walk on by it. You don't have to deal with it. But I also thought a good way to mutant it, instead of muting it, just put like a frosted glass out there so you can kind of see what it is, but not see it. You know, there's better compromises than just completely saying, "Oh, you're censoring me." Well, you know, it is their venue, and they have the right to do that, believe it or not. But Mark Arts is a real popular place here. I've performed there several times with the troupe that I'm in, and I'm trying to get some artwork myself there, hopefully with Josh. But that's kind of what's going on there. But it's kind of cool. Now I want to go see it because I not because of that part, because of I want to see the changes from 50 years ago.
Yeah, that sounds. I would love to go see that too. Honestly, if I was there, I would.
Yeah, they had a thing about the actual name of it, the gays, power, and politics, and so we'll see where it goes from there. But some of the artwork I've seen is pretty cool, and it doesn't bother me because all artists, musical and visual, like we are, you know, there's some controversy in the stuff we do, and there's a reason we do it. Mm-hmm. And it's not necessarily always to get awareness, but I don't know about you, about your music. Well, I listen to your music, and I think a lot of it's emotional driven.
Yes, that's for sure.
A lot of our art is emotionally, even though we're doing rap, think it's still emotionally driven.
Yeah.
So, and it's different between when you're collaborating too. Mm-hmm. We kind of got to figure out to bounce off, and our styles don't. Well, they do match up now, but it's taken us a while to get that to match up.
Well, I think that's really cool though.
I wouldn't say we match.
Well, we know how to work around each other. Let's just put it that way. And then sometimes we'll throw a third person in there. So
wow,
that's basically it.
That's so cool. I used to do a lot of art as well. Like I used to actually like paint with acrylics and spray paint and make stencils and do things like that on canvas. And it's been a really long time since I've actually done that though. I think the last time I did that had to be like 11 years ago since I've actually sat down like in front of a canvas and did my thing, because I switched my focuses over to like mostly doing everything music stuff. And then with whatever time I have left over, sometimes I'm like tired or whatever, you know, but I really just need to sit there in front of a canvas and do some more. I miss it.
No, I get it. It's a balance, because I'm also in a band myself, and I try to write a lot of. I'm the vocalist, so now I just try to write the vocals, and sometimes I got a certain tune, but I got a good bunch of players behind me that, hey, I want it to sound like this, and they'll come close, and sometimes better than anything I've came up with.
Yeah,
and I just make it match and stuff. But my passion is still the visual arts right now, so and always has been. So, but I've learned to. Because I see everything in pictures anyway, and it's always been hard for me to bring the words out. But because of being a singer in a band now, I can look at these pictures and now start creating the words. And it's just become easier throughout, and I still got a long ways to go. So
that's so cool how you can do that. Like, you know, look at something and get so much inspiration from it and start writing your lyrics and things like that. Like, honestly, it's so interesting where any kind of lyrical inspiration comes from and what can really motivate that, you know?
I do have one question, because you actually have a photo, because you do a lot of modeling for your stuff, and you have one that I actually got inspiration from, where you're taped up in the back of a trunk. And I actually did a piece because of that. How cool. And it was one of my, I did the main piece, and then I made a bunch of copies. Now they're all gone. And what was up with that?
Honestly, I'd love to see that if you have a picture of it or something anywhere.
I don't know if I have any left yet, because I tend not to take photos of my stuff.
That's so cool though. That's awesome. Thank you. But yeah, so that's from a music video, the music video for Keep a Secret. It's I know exactly what picture you're talking about. It's a behind the scenes shot where in the video I actually do get duct tape tied up and put in the trunk of a car. And we shot that in Houston in like the month of July. So it was really, really terrible. But
yeah, it's very, very graphic. Yeah, it's funny because one of the questions, the video Keep a Secret, you wanted to know a sexy fun fact from it. What?
No, it's
see, don't
you're killing me. Put Kevin in charge.
Yeah, don't put questions down there that I don't know what they mean. But
questions.
Well,
there's not a question mark, Kevin.
Well, they're written down and they're in front of me. So why do you write it?
Because I watched the video, and like I said, it's got a lot of you know, it changes. There's a sexy feel, and then there's like a fun feel, and then there's obviously the dark in the trunk kind of feel. And then I seen the reel or the post you made about how your dreams, you write them down, you wake up and you write them down. And I hope this is from a dream and not reality, not like something you drew off of real life experience.
I mean, I've been through some crazy stuff in my life. Who hasn't though? But that is not from a realistic experience. Luckily, I've never actually been kidnapped before. I'm gonna knock on wood because I don't want that to ever.
But, great. We're gonna have a thing. Lady from Houston disappears. Oh no. I have a real dark sense of humor, so
I do too. Actually, very weird. But yeah, no, that's just my manager and I were collaborating on different ideas, and most of the videos there was always like some creepy dark twist kind of things. That's just who I am. But we were like, let's try to make it something different this time. And so we went with that. And there's like scenes in the Keep a Secret video where they're like supposed to be talking like with a therapist, and it's like the twisted insides of their mind and why they choose to do what they do. And in the end though, like the dark side that you're talking about, it's like I kill everybody and I win. I don't know.
I got to admit, I like the new art. It's kind of like an apocalyptic looking. Someone did like a comic book version of you, and you're staring off into the distance.
Yeah, it was really cool.
With your known headphones that you always have and the big tall boots and everything. I really like that piece. Who did that?
Yeah, my manager actually like procured it, so I have to ask him to get the actual artist. I'm not sure.
If you ever need some art, here we are.
Very true, man. We're always looking for new stuff, and we're working on a new album right now, and I don't know what that artwork is going to be like. Or, you know, it's crazy because the ideas come after the song's done for like what is going to be on the cover of what. But I'm going to hit you up. And before
you can even send us a rough piece that's not done music-wise. He and I can come up with stuff. I guarantee.
Yeah.
It may not be quite what you're looking for, but we do have some darkness in our souls, unfortunately. What I really like about your music too is you have such a fun name, Vanilla Sugar, and your music, if you're just listening to it, it's really upbeat and everything else. But boy, if you take that music away a lot of times, like got a breakup song, you got like you said, where you murder everybody.
Yeah.
And all these songs like, oh, look at me, I'm so happy, but you're gonna die.
I know that's like one of the crazy things too about the lyrics is, sometimes I wonder, do people actually listen to what I'm saying, like what words I'm saying? And then so we started releasing lyric videos, and I feel like those are really cool because now you can actually see what I'm saying. I know some people it's hard to like understand sometimes, which is fine. I'm also like super hard of hearing, but a lot of times I talk about really dark, twisted stuff, like literally the song Hey Boy, which is off the She album. It's funny because I never talked about this before, but here we go. So a lot of people are like, oh, it's like a song about hooking up with someone at a club, but meaning like the lyrics I have are like one of the lyrics like, hey boy, and it's like telling someone to pretty much like, we can get in the car, we don't have to go far, and people are like, oh, they're gonna do something, but really what I'm writing about is taking someone into the car and murdering them, just so I can make their girlfriend cry. And people are thinking like it's like a steal your boyfriend song, but no, I'm just gonna kill your boyfriend type of song. I don't know why I write about such stuff.
Right, okay, we're not gonna date you then. We're safe.
Yeah,
maybe go out for a coffee or something.
I don't think she was offered, Kevin. I'm pretty sure she wasn't offered.
Well,
I wasn't saying she was offering. I'm just making sure. I'm never going to ask. But
yeah.
No, we do have a history. We met in Wichita when you were traveling through.
Mm-hmm.
Who was that opener you had? That independent? He was pretty good too.
Man, it's been so long, but I want to say it was like the super gothy band, right? That one?
No, it was a single guy. He was a solo artist. And blonde guy, I can't, but it was my Cemetery Suicide band I was in, and I think you saw us because we, at the time when you saw our stuff, we had a female drummer, but then we shortly, probably a month prior to that, she left the band, so we were actually Rabbit 666.
That's right. Yes.
And but we were the same band with minus the drummer, and we lost the bass player, so we just took the two bands and put where we had 7 songs each, and we just put them together, and all of a sudden we had 14 songs.
That worked out though.
And yeah, we played that show with you, and that band neither one of those bands no longer exists. So
it happens like that, man. Oh, okay, that solo artist you're talking about, do you have short blonde hair?
Yes.
David Up. That's his name. The band is called The Greatest View.
Yes.
Yeah. I had to think about it because like when you go out so much, you're like, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember too, you had a different look then, a little more steampunky.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. I still got like some crazy goggles. I have my goggles right here. I have a lot of
and you had those giant ice cream cones, which I just love.
I don't have those anymore. It's so much to carry.
Oh, well, yeah. When I saw them, I was thinking, my God, those must weigh heavy, but they were just that foam stuff that
it was not bad. We used to carry this huge like cutout that we made from like plywood. It put a bunch of like pieces of plywood together and cut out a big V and an S and painted it and put like lights on it and stuff. Those were really heavy. They were thin, but they were shaped so weird that you had to like, I don't know, maneuver and figure out a way to carry it.
And I bet you storage was a pain too.
Bless my poor parents. Yeah, my mom and dad, I'm always like, here you go, we're gonna put this in your house. They're like, okay, great. Yes.
Well, you come from a musical family too, don't you?
Yeah, my dad's a drummer, and my brother plays saxophone. And his dad, my grandpa, played trumpet, and his mom, my grandma, played piano and organ and stuff like that. And
so when you get the family get-togethers, you guys jam?
Man, we should. I've been telling my dad, we used to like play sometimes together when I was living here, and then just like free jam. And then recently, there's a practice space that I rented out, and it had a kit in there. I was like, Dad, let's just do some stuff. And I played bass and you played drums. That was really cool. It was fun. Yeah.
That's really kind of cool. So you play in Houston the 25th.
Yeah. So I'm touring with
3 days from now.
this guy, Tim Skold, who used to play for like KMFDM and Marilyn Manson and stuff like that. So the 12-year-old inside of me is screaming with excitement because I love those bands. But
well, Tim Skold, is that the band Skold?
Yeah, Skold.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to make sure because I love Skold, and I'm like,
mm-hmm.
I thought it was him, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it's like his solo thing, but he has like a hired drummer and a hired keyboardist, which they put on a really good show. I did my first show with that tour last week on Tuesday in Greensboro, North Carolina, and so that was fun. And then we're doing this Tuesday at Scout Bar, and then I'm flying up to Phoenix on Thursday. Well, flying there Thursday. The show is Friday in Phoenix at the Nile. Saturday is San Diego at Brick by Brick, and Sunday is the last day of the show or tour, which is in LA at the Whiskey A Go Go. So.
Oh man, I haven't been to the Whiskey A Go Go for like 40 years. Tells you how long it's been since I've been to LA. But
you need to go back and visit. I mean, it's very expensive right now, though.
Oh, but is this a show?
That's after this break. That's the first one back. But I wanted to touch on the whiskey. Like I said, in another life, I wanted to be in a band, and I'd made it to Hollywood and, drove by the whiskey. We never made it in, but I always that's like the foundation of rock and roll. That's like the CBGBs, I mean,
New York, you got CBGBs, which is now gone. And then you got Whiskey A Go Go.
And I'm sure you played there 100 times, right?
Whiskey, I've only played at. This will be my second time playing there, but I've been there often to see shows and like take photos and stuff. But it's my first time playing, or second time playing there.
Does it reek of aura? I mean, can the walls talk?
Honestly,
feel like the walls are talking.
Yes, it's a really cool like energy that you get there, honestly. And then there's so many like old tour posters, or like, for example, another place I really like is the Viper Room, which is one of those other places. And in the bathroom, you go in the bathroom and there's so many band stickers just all over the walls, but you can tell it's like years and years and years and years of like bands. It's just so sick, man. And there's like some autographs in the green room over there, things like that. So cool.
Also, Whiskey A Go Go, you never know who's going to be playing at the pinball machine. I've heard all kinds of stories about people going in and seeing like Lemmy, or some people talked about something like Poison was in there one time. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Lemmy went there, and then Dave Grohl goes there often too, because there's like another like bar down the street called the Rainbow. Like I've met Ron Jeremy there. It was very
whoa, we just lost a signal.
Oh,
you're still on, so we can hear you.
You're not clicking.
Well, I didn't know.
You gotta keep up with the comments.
Is it back? Are we back? Okay.
Well,
we never left.
Oh, we've always been here. But yeah, Ron Jeremy I met over at the Rainbow, and he was actually very nice, which was so funny. And
did he have his book with him?
No.
So you heard about the book?
I have not. He was just eating dinner.
He's got this notebook. It's because I've read about him and I saw a documentary on him. He has this notebook, how he knows famous people. And a lot of times he'll have like a line drawn through like 10 or 15 pages from one person to another.
Wow.
And it's just a total mess. But the guy's like a genius, and people do not realize that.
That is so cool.
And it's just a big old book that's just full of pages. Some of them are torn, spilled with coffee and whiskey or whatever.
That's so cool. I love that though.
He'll like go through it and know somebody from somebody and all kinds of stuff. And
that's amazing. I think that's cool whenever you have history like that, it's actually documented. And then I love personally when I spill something on a paper, if I don't need to like give it to somebody else, I think it adds character. You know what I mean? So it's really cool.
Oh, I love the fact how many people want your set list when you're done.
Okay. I'm so glad you said that, because one person every time I play Houston is always like, can I please have a signed set list when you're done? But I don't use it. I just I played the set or practiced it. It's just in here because it's like the same thing that we do. But oh my gosh, I need to write one down because that needs to happen. I'm gonna put like boot marks all over it and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's the same with most of the bands I've been with. We never had a set list, and but I'll write one down real quick just because it's like I won't even look at it. It's like, oh, here it is. Because people always want it. Even our little scuzzy punk stuff we do, which goes nowhere, just it's amazing how people just want, can I get your set list?
Yeah.
Run around, have the whole band signed it.
Yes. Yeah, I need to make sure I do that because I know he's going to ask me. He's coming on Tuesday. He's going to be like, where's my set list?
Should I hop on?
Yeah, whenever you are. switching Gauntlet here. He's going to start painting.
Yeah, he's tired of me talking. He thought I'd ask him a question.
I kind of felt like a cat when I was watching you paint because I was seeing you do line stuff. I'm like, what?
We do. Oh, I didn't hit record on that. Well, I'll get it off of here. It's been a day. I mean, my kid, I had to drop her off at. She was having a play date. Her and her niece or her cousins going to see Barbie.
Oh, of course.
Barbie movie, and I'm glad I dodged that bullet.
So you didn't want to go?
No. I was like, I'm sorry, I can't go. Can't make it. But so just scrambling, and then the computer was kind of being finicky, and had to stroke it just right to get it working. And oh my goodness.
I was also freaking out a little bit when I was coming on. I was on like a few minutes before, and everything froze. I was like, oh no. So I started like, restarting and getting on. I had to get Google Chrome. I have Safari, and it was when I got on, I was like, no, we're not cool with this. I was like,
yeah.
And now on Chrome, and it works fine. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. The StreamYard always seems to want the Safari or whatever, and I'm like, whatever. What I got works. Stop it. Don't change me.
Yeah. But I'm glad I was able to get on. I was like, okay, we're good. I was about to freak out. I was like, my anxiety.
Like I said, I stumbled across an old video of Full Band. I think it was in Houston, like 2015. So you've been at it quite a while.
Yeah, trying my best.
Yeah. So, like I said, the art. He kind of said it earlier. The art and the music kind of, there are a lot of they're similar in the strategies you have to do to get yourself seen. I mean, anymore, you can't just be a good musician. You can't just be a good artist. You have to create this persona. You have to have stupid amounts of, online presence and creating reels. And, I mean, like I said, I got to have content. So I'm like, we're painting. So I'm recording it and, I'll make content. I got to have content. So I spend most of the day just content. And then I'm like, I'm burnt out, my head hurts. And I'm like, I really want to paint, but I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
So I finally started one of my own, which I haven't. It's been 3 or 4 months 3 or 4 weeks before I have to tackle a solo project.
Ooh.
So it felt good, but like I said, I mean, it seems like the time I took off, I fell down on the social status, and now I'm like down at the bottom of the feed. And I'm like, damn you.
I know, it's so different, and I've been talking to some of my friends and stuff who are also musicians, and people that were doing it back in the 90s compared to now. Like, they don't play as much anymore, but they were saying how different the machine is, because now in this year of 2023, there's so, like you were saying, you got to feed the algorithm, feed the monster or whatever. Here, take it. And I was talking to some of them, and they were like, back then we didn't have to do that. It was everything wasn't digital yet, blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, I feel that. And it's so crazy, because now I've been making reels and content and stuff like that much more than I have ever been before. And so I feel the same way. Like, I'm literally I have my ring light that I'm using right now right in front of me. I'm literally staring at this hours, all day. And I love what I do. I'm happy to do it. I'm very grateful for everything that's happened. But I feel that sometimes you're just like, okay, I'm pooped. I'm ready. But I am happy because it does work. I've seen things change on social media, like with followers and interaction and stuff like that. And I don't know, Facebook tells me, oh, you've had, what is it? I forgot what they call it, but it's like we're like more exposure in the past few days. Or I'm like, wow.
And then you don't get it. And then you're like, oh, you're defeated.
Yeah.
Come on. And you try harder. It doesn't seem to work.
And like TikTok too. I don't know how you feel about TikTok, but I really did not want to be on it for so long. And my friend's like, you need to be on it. I was like, oh, but I did it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's a different world, man. I feel weird.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't have much luck on the TikTok. I try, and I don't try as hard. I mean, it's fun. I like creating, the stupid AI. I'll take my art, a picture of my art and like do my art versus AI. Of course, I've got no traction on it, but I enjoy it.
It's fun.
And at the end of it all, that's really what's point. I mean, as long as you're having fun, that's the point of life. I mean,
absolutely.
You can't take it too seriously.
And also, if you don't enjoy it, then it feels like bad work. Like, you know, like, I hate this. And then I feel so bad for people that start to feel like everything's a chore, you know, then you don't find enjoyment. And then it's like, what's the point, you know? 360.
Yep, good guesses, good guesses. We got a few people guessing. So yeah, keep guessing. You can guess as many times you want. Jana knows the rules. She's got probably the biggest collection of ours in her possession.
I love it.
Yeah, we love Jana. Jana's awesome.
Do you guys ship out all over, or is it just like locally?
I mean, we can. I mean, when I first started the Room Green Productions part of it, I was more T-shirts, and I shipped everywhere. And then like I said, that felt a lot like work. I thought it was a good idea, and it started to feel like work. And so I'm like, so I kind of shifted more towards just doing art.
That's so cool. Yeah. It's
therapeutical, less money. I mean, it's a gamble. You know, you don't know if a painting's going to sell, and so.
And we've held on for some paintings for 3-4 years, and we keep showing them every once in a while, and then all of a sudden it sells. Or I grab one we haven't showed in 2 years and put it out, and wow, I didn't think it was going to sell, but it did.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's a stack of set lists. Yeah.
Yeah, Iris says he's got a stack.
People love set lists. That's so true. And I think that, though, if I were to ever go see a band that I really like admire, I would definitely want a signed set list, and then I'd be so happy. Like I love the band Korn a lot, and I have a couple signed set lists. I'm like, you know, and anytime I go see a show, I don't know, I haven't seen anything like that lately. I am going to go see Mudvayne soon, which I'm very excited for. But anytime I see a show, as soon as this show is done, I like make my way pushing people. Excuse me. But I get to the front and I start looking at the ground for like guitar picks, drumsticks, you know, anything like that. And then whenever you get up there, you got to look at the security people in the face and be like, "Can I please have a set list?" And they're usually like, "Oh yeah, here, take it."
Yeah. Have you ever got to open up for one of your legends, your heroes?
I've opened up. I've had the wonderful opportunity to open up for a lot of artists. Different ones. I think one of the cooler ones that I really enjoyed opening for was Wednesday 13 from the Murder Dolls. I was like, dude,
I love Wednesday.
Yeah, me too. And I got to open for them in Indianapolis. Nice. And that was so cool. And I got to talk to Wednesday and everybody. I was like fangirling, but not showing it inside. I was like, you know, and then opening for Tim Skold was cool because he was on one of my favorite Marilyn Manson albums, period. And I was like, I'm gonna act cool, man. Just act cool. But inside, or once I get back in the van, I'm like, you know. But if I had the opportunity, like one of the artists that I would like absolutely just be so happy to open for, number one would be, I see that. I will answer that in a second. Number one would be Korn. I know my music is not necessarily like that vibe, but I do a lot of growling live compared to the album, so I feel like I could pass. And I would also love to open for, on the more electronic side, this artist named Grimes. She's very weird and different, so I would think I'd be super down for that.
Yeah, I think I've heard of her. I don't know.
She's really weird, and she actually ended up, I don't know why this happened, but she married Elon Musk or something like that. They had a kid together, and then I was like, I never saw that coming because she's just so out there, but like, he's out there too, so I guess whatever. But, okay, I saw the comment. It's so cool they pop up about my favorite touring experience. Jana. Okay. That is a great question. I need to think about it for a second. But I think
you came to Wichita and we opened for you.
Yeah, exactly. He nailed it on the head. That's it. Besides that one, the second favorite touring experience is I would have to say I just did a run in the UK for a month, which was crazy because I've never been anywhere outside of America before. So I like got my passport specifically to go do that. And I had to get like visas. It was crazy. It was weird, but I loved it. But UK was awesome because the people out there are very into their music. They're very intense in a good way. Like they're just like, they go hard. And it was like so wild. And the last show that I played while I was out there was in London. And it was sold out. Super freaking cool. It was like 600 people up in there. And I remember when I came on stage, I like do this thing where everybody claps with me if they want to. I don't anymore. But like almost everybody was doing it, and just seeing a room that big full of people doing that with you, I was like, oh, I took my microphone away. I was like, I'm going to cry. I did not. I kept it together. I'm very emotional, by the way, but I was like, cool. It was a really awesome experience. So I would say that is my second favorite touring experience outside of Wichita.
Cool. Well, over here, when you tell people to do something, like clap, they're like, "Oh, don't tell me what to do." Don't tell me what to do.
Mm-hmm. And I've been in situations where I played a show. I'm like, everyone clap, and there's like 3 people like, yeah, and everyone else is like, I'm like, all right, you go do your thing. I always clap for people, even if they're local bands. I'm like, yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
What I would.
I mean, even if I didn't like them, I'm gonna, I'm not gonna go, hey, you suck. It could be their first time.
Absolutely. There's also one part in my set. I don't know if you guys got to listen to the song "Good Vibes," but I say the F word a lot. There's in that song, in the bridge, I usually tell everybody to stick their middle fingers up, because I know that even if you don't like me, here's your opportunity to flip me off, and it works for me, but it doesn't work for you.
Yeah.
So I always do that, and of course everybody does that. I'm like, okay.
I see how it is.
Right.
Well, kind of the polar opposite to Jana's question is a question I kind of started asking most of our musical acts or people that have been on stages. What's the most embarrassing thing that has happened to you on stage?
Woo! Okay, hold on, because I usually try to black that out of my memory.
Well, we've had 2 people vomit on stage.
Ooh.
Neither were from drinking too much. It was heat and food poisoning. So it could be more rock and roll, drinking, a ton of. And then one guy, it was a charity benefit, and he had been drinking a lot and offered to take his pants off on stage if somebody donated $10 or something. And nobody choked up the $10. I think they ended up saying, "Hey, we'll give you $20 if you keep it on."
Yeah, that's so funny. Side note, let me just share this real quick because of the pants dropping. This is not me, but I went to go see Marilyn Manson on Halloween back in 2019 in Vegas, and he was so messed up. He kept dropping his pants, and this poor little girl, like his stage manager, she would run up and buckle his pants, and then he'd just take them off again. I was like, this poor girl's having to go and do this. Anyway, that was a crazy experience. I think he was really messed up, but it was funny.
Yeah.
The most embarrassing experience, I would have to say there's been times where I kind of lose my footing. I've never actually fallen off the stage, but I've definitely tripped on myself. But the coolest thing is you just got to try to play it off like you meant to do it. And so I think I get away with a lot of weird stuff I do. But the one thing that really sucked the most ever was that when I tour, you guys haven't seen the new show because I haven't been there yet, but I will come eventually. Okay. But all of the show is really I have a huge production now with lights and stuff. And we played somewhere in Laredo, and we blew the power right in the middle of the set. So that was great. I was like, cool. And my microphone wouldn't even work. Everything was dead. And so I just had to stand up there and hear crickets. And I was like, sorry, everyone. And I thought, should I tell a knock joke or something? It was so embarrassing, dude. I was just like, well, out of my control, I guess. But we ended up fixing it and did the thing over. But
yeah.
You need to have a bunch of bad jokes.
I know. I need to get a personal ready.
Yeah. Bad jokes always work.
Yep.
But that did suck, man. I was like, this is the worst. But I always tell myself now that that's happened, the worst case scenario has occurred and I survived, so it's going to be okay.
Yeah. Like I said, it's that's always fresh. I've had a few experiences where the power's killed, and it's just get another beer and hold on, man. Wait a second.
Yeah, I mean, I can't do anything about it. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's happened 2 times. Only one time during the actual show, and then one time before, something that was plugged in, blew power. I don't know, but that was before the show, so we were able to get it all fixed and stuff. But yeah during the set was. Oh well.
Like I said, I know you're touring. Are you working on some new music right now?
Yeah. So in the meantime, I've been releasing remixes of the songs from the She album, which I really dig. Honestly, my favorite remix is the one that I just released. I released a few weeks ago, but it's called BeautifulMess, and I did just freshly release the actual music video for it. It just came out, I think on Friday or Saturday. But yeah, it's my favorite. And it's still tied over until the new stuff comes out. So I'm heading right after this tour finishes. My last date is July 30th. I'll be going back into the studio for a bit until I hit the road again later in September. But
yeah, I think Denver 19th, right?
Yeah. I had to think about it. I'm like, wait, what is it? Oh yeah. But yeah, I'm squeezing in studio time in between touring, and I know both are super equally important. I think that the touring aspect is good to kind of keep you relevant, and then writing new music. A lot of people don't see what's going on until it's out. So there's a lot of stuff happening. You just, it's not out yet.
Yeah.
But thank you, Jen. That's so nice. It's an awesome video.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, we got it's like I said, it's a struggle, trying to balance everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are you doing everything yourself, or do you got at least some help with a label or anything?
Right now it is all DIY.
Yeah.
So I would totally be down. I'd totally be down to sign to a label, but at the same time, I do feel really proud that we're able to keep everything in house, like all the mixing, the recording, the music video shoots is all done with the small little Vanilla Sugar camp that we have, which is really nice. But if anyone wants to donate like $1 million in a label, I'm down. Sign me up.
Well, I mean, it's a double-edged sword nowadays, because you can do a lot of it yourself, but obviously you've got a lot more experience. But they want their cut, and with labels, it's usually a loan. They give you $1 million loan, but you got to pay it back with sales until
Yep.
But right now you own everything, so so hey, damn the man, save the empire.
It is really cool. And then, you also have a lot more control over what you want your image to be or your sound to be. You don't have to follow, you need to wear this on stage and act this way. I don't have to do that. I don't want to ever have to do that. To be honest, I like to be myself. But, I would think that would be something I'd do good with a label. Like if the opportunity were to arise, I'd be like, please, let me have this creative freedom, because I'm going to feel like a little trapped animal. You know what I mean? If I don't. So.
And I just thought of you have your own lip balm line, or
I have one right here. Look, I didn't even plan that. It just happened. It just happened to be right here. I create my own lipsticks, so I have like a lip line, and they actually do taste like vanilla cupcakes, which is great. But
so nice.
Yeah.
I remember when you first started and you hadn't even had any stuff yet, and you were still trying to figure out names to some of them.
Yes. A little
That's how long I've been following her, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's been a minute, but this is my second line, not line, but second batch. I sold out. I started with 3 colors, which I named after songs on the album. One was like a black lipstick, one was like a bright pink, and one was a everyday kind of regular color. And we sold out of those really quickly, so I was like, cool. And I created a second batch, and the black one everyone liked. I did a poll to see which one I should keep. I was like, do the black one. I'm like, all right, so that one, this new pink right here, which is a little bit darker, and then like a purple, like almost, I don't know, call it like vampire blood. It looks really cool. It's like purple red, real dark.
Like a mauve or something.
Yeah, mauve.
That's you're talking about the lip balm. She also has hats and shirts, because I have a hat, a beanie.
I saw you in the intro. I was like, beanie.
In fact, and then I have but you got some trucker hats now, so I may have to order one.
Yeah, I'll hook it up.
During the summer, the beanies are just a little too uncomfortable.
Too much, yeah.
And then I got a vanilla sugar shirt that I wear. It's funny because when I wear that, everybody thinks I'm talking about myself. I'm some vanilla sugar, yeah.
I like it. You should own it. Yes.
Stephanie says she loves the hair. I think Stephanie's rocking purple right now.
Ooh, I love purple.
Stephanie's a fellow artist. She's done some shows with us before too. Really good artist too. Painting artist.
Awesome. Yeah.
Her husband's got the coolest thing in the world. He owns a toy store.
It's amazing. How cool is that?
Yeah.
work on the finger, the digit, the phalanges.
Well,
I love the word phalanges, by the way. Can I just say that?
The paint's got to dry, so that's what problem with it.
I don't hear phalanges enough in a normal conversation. Phalanges.
I'm just looking at the progress. It's so crazy how far it's come just within these minutes that we've been on here.
Yeah, it flies. You do live streams too, don't you? I mean, I don't know. Is it a podcast? Do you do a podcast, or is it just live streams?
I kind of do both, sort of. So like I do like what's kind of just like how we are right now, but Facebook, Instagram, blah blah blah, live stream. It's like every other Thursday night at 7 PST, so 9 CST.
Okay, so it's every other Thursday now because it used to be every Thursday. So that's why I'm missing you now, because I'm like,
yes.
I haven't caught you in a while because of that, probably.
It's changing. It's so crazy how everything is like, I don't know, things are shifting.
Well, because it's 7 for you, but it's like 10 o'clock for us. So.
Oh no, yeah, So now it's every other Thursday, and I love it because people comment stuff and I just answer whatever. But it is kind of funny because you guys are here. I can see you guys, but on the live streams that I do, there's no one else. So I feel like I'm kind of talking to myself sometimes. Like,
yeah.
Hello, is anyone there?
But yeah, you could go. You get yourself what's the account?
A fearless sidekick.
A fearless sidekick.
I don't know who's the fearless sidekick of us two, but I think we got stuck with 2 sidekicks.
Yeah, some days he says, and then some days we just kind of go wherever we want to go. It's like kind of like my Clinton.
So that was last week. We had a guest from that, or she's West Virginia now, but she was streaming in. We normally do in studio guests, but I mean, we're not against, clearly. And
we've gotten better at it. That's for sure. This helps. I mean,
yeah.
But man, we used to be horrible.
She was talking about a story about George Clinton, and she couldn't think of his name. So she's like singing the lyrics to Flashlight, and I'm like Clinton, and then one of our other we had a lot of people in the studio that day.
We had like 7 people
but
here.
He goes, Bill Clinton.
Oh my gosh.
We start busting up laughing, busting his balls. And then,
But then I switched it real quick to George. But someone else said George at the same time. So
yeah.
I'm back. I mean, George Clinton.
So that was the very intro part, about, the Bill Clinton P-Funk documentary cannot be seen tonight.
I know, I was like, what?
So that's where that was kind of, and that was kind of homage to you can't do that on television. I don't know if you remember seeing that 90s Nickelodeon show, but it's pretty iconic with the slime. I mean, the 90s, the Nickelodeon kept slime.
Nickelodeon was bomb.
So one day, if I ever get enough money, there's going to be slime buckets everywhere, and everybody's getting slime.
Yes, I will come in studio for that experience. But I would like to request pink slime.
Pink slime, done. Pink slime. We'd probably have to use it. We probably couldn't use green slime because I'm sure Nickelodeon is,
Yeah, trademark.
We have to mix our own, and it'd probably be toxic. And then we'd be like, oh no.
There's this stuff that so like one of the music videos, This Dark Place, there's a part in the video where black stuff, also in BeautifulMess, black stuff comes out of my mouth. And I had bought this body paint. And I thought, okay, body paint's fine. And I put a whole bunch of it in my mouth, and then I hold it until the shoot starts, and then and we had to do multiple takes. I had to clean up and do it multiple times, and then I started feeling kind of weird, and I looked, and you're not supposed to eat that.
It's toxic.
We called poison control. I was like, am I gonna die? They're like, no, just drink a lot of water and blah blah blah. And I was like, okay.
The next time get the teeth makeup.
That's what I bought that too, but it didn't work for me. It just kind of like, I don't know. It didn't.
Maybe mix it in with some fake blood so it comes out darker. I don't know.
Ooh, that's a good idea. The tea stuff that
I'm
a
costume entertainer too, so I do a lot of crazy stuff. So
that's right. Yeah, and so
I was dressed as Captain Spaulding during your show. Remember?
Yep. That's what when I think of you actually is your Captain Spaulding outfit because I have that photo too. So yeah, that's cool. I love that though.
Speaking of videos, do you do a lot of your own videos too? Are you? I mean, you're DIY.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you do the videos too.
Yeah, everything's done in house. So it's like myself and my manager, and then my friend will come and help, and we'll go. I'll usually rent like a big sound space. So like I really like sound stages. They're all just walls of white, and the one that I really like a lot has what's called infinity walls, where the corners are rounded, so you can't really see where it ends. And I've run into the walls millions of times. And I'm just like, I don't know where I am. And you get in so deep, it's just like another world, dude. You feel like you're, I don't know, like falling, standing up. It's crazy. But I like shooting at those places. But yeah, we do all the editing ourselves. We do all the shooting ourselves. And yeah, and I'm proud of them. I think they come out really good. You know, they look.
The ones I've watched were really nice. And what you got one dropping? You were just shooting one July 10th, right?
Yeah, it actually just came out a few days ago. I can't remember the exact day, but really recently.
So show people that just came on. These are today's giveaways, because I don't see too many numbers being said right now.
No, please.
And here's the other one.
So cool.
Inspired by my current band, actually. I guess that's supposed to be me. I'm stabbing myself with my own mic as an alien. I don't know.
Is that pink blood or is that red? And my computer lights off.
On the blood? Yeah, it's actually the original has glow in the dark, black light reactive. I don't know if we'll do it on this, but
no.
That's awesome. I love that. Anything that's like black light. My hair is black light reflective. It's crazy in the dark.
We've done some on accident before.
Yeah.
And we noticed our Michael Jackson one, you can't see it up there, but the background, also we realized we were using the fluorescent paints, and we're like, oh, hey, wait a second. But it's really cool when you see it, because it kind of makes Michael Jackson look like he's dancing when the lights are going.
I love that. That's amazing. Was that Bob Ross, Happy Little Accident or whatever?
Yeah. That was gonna be my intro clip. I was gonna, because you know the meme that those are burial places of people where, you know, places where dead bodies are. So I was gonna make the little funny Nickelodeon clip about that, but the computer tanked and I didn't. And I'm like, yeah, you know, I mean, I don't want to poke fun at Bob Ross, because I love Bob Ross.
So someone actually did one of me being Bob Ross, because I was doing a 20-minute sketch. I do these 20-minute sketches. With soft pastels. I could do a portrait view in 20 minutes or less.
That's so
cool. Yeah, they did it of the alien of me painting it, and it said happy little act. Yeah. Like, yes. I should make that into a poster.
Yes, I would buy it. That's amazing.
We're gonna call this the Wiener tonight. So Jana, you got a couple of Kevin's original prints. I guess you can leave it here.
Yeah, I don't know. She lives in town, so I don't have to actually mail that one.
You left out on that one, Kevin.
Just need to go by. Are you at your ice cream store tonight, or is it closed?
I'm pretty sure it's closed.
What was the winning number? Are we allowed to ask?
240 was the winning number. You picked 250.
Nice.
We didn't have too many guesses tonight, but
we're missing one of our regulars, it looks like. Because you have like a whole box for them.
Yeah.
But we've had some other regulars come back on, so it's hit and miss. I think the summertime, a lot of people are vacationing and whatnot.
Yes, it's so wild, like a lot.
I need to pencil in September 19th in Denver, Colorado. Now, where are you playing at in Denver?
This place is called, I hope I say it right, I'm pretty sure it's the Globe Theater.
Okay, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Write that down. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll have to look too.
No, I'm pretty sure it's the Globe something. I just can't remember if it's like theater or like auditorium. You know what I mean? Like that last word. But I haven't played Colorado in a minute, but I'm very excited. The girl, or it's like there's this chick named Midge that I've never seen before, and then the main headliner is this person named Zand from the UK, and I just love their music, so I'm very excited to be able to meet them and talk to them and stuff like that.
Yeah, up until the last couple of years, I used to be up in Denver and Colorado Springs about 5 to 8 times a year. The last couple of years, I've only been once or twice, so I need to get my butt back up there. Yeah. Usually because I'm performing, but after COVID, a lot of stuff just a lot of shows we did, just a lot of people are out of business now, so they're just now starting to get back up. So see if I can't set up a burlesque show up there or something with my burlesque friends.
Good.
Host it, and then I can also go see her.
Perfect. 2 birds, 1 stone. Is it far for you, Denver?
8-9 hour drive.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you should definitely set up a show so you can be like a weekend. Yeah.
I can be your MC for your show. See, I'll just open up. And we now have vanilla sugar.
Yeah.
What, you don't like ice cream?
Get out. No, I'm
Tutti fucking fruity.
Tutti fucking fruity. You have to change your name that day just to Tutti Fruity.
That's awesome though. Yeah, that'd be really
the end of
cool.
our show almost already. Wow.
Yeah, like I said, time flies on the podcast.
So one last time, where are you playing to at least through this current tour you're on? Where are you going to be playing?
All right. So I'll be playing Tuesday, July 25th at Scout Bar in Houston, Texas. Then again on Friday, July 28th at the Nile in Phoenix, Arizona. Saturday, July 29th in San Diego at Brick by Brick. And Sunday, July 30th in Los Angeles at the Whiskey A Go-Go.
God, every single one of them is over 12 hours, man. And then a few of those are 22 hours away. So.
A far drive. We're flying. I don't want to drive 12 hours.
I highly recommend. She's on Spotify. She's on Bandcamp. She's on you name it all. Go click on there. She has one full album, I know.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, I've been seeing your remakes pop up there too, and I really like what you're doing with your remakes.
Thank you.
And it's in my regular flow. Every once in a while, all of a sudden, there's Vanilla Sugar there.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh man, who is? Oh, that's right. What's that one? You're a naughty boy or you're a bad boy or something.
Hey boy.
Yeah. Basically, it's like a breakup song, or you're killing him or something. I can't remember.
Probably both.
But you're not coming home with me or something like that.
Yeah, because you're not going home. Yeah. Yep.
Jenna's got one more question. She noticed the Beatles books on the shelf. Who is your biggest influence?
I was wondering if anyone would mention this, so I kind of like show them a little bit to see if anyone says anything. But I'm glad. I love them for sure, but for some of like the more electronic stuff, my influences, Marilyn Manson. But I love like a couple albums specifically that are very electronic that I dig. Korn is one of my biggest influences for sure. And then on the electronic side, there's this chick I was talking about a little bit earlier, Grimes, and another girl named Allison Wonderland that is just crazy out there. And I appreciate that kind of stuff. And I listen to everything, and then I kind of put it in this big crock pot and bake an album.
You still play the guitar too?
I got my guitar, and guitar live now, and
you did a little bit,
back
and forth, but you also had or was a bass player with you?
Guitar.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to try setting up like an electronic standing drum kit or something, so I can like just turn around. So we'll see. But
put a foot pedal right behind you so you can step.
Yeah, it's like a musical playground is what I want on stage. So.
Yeah. Sounds awesome. Well, all right, we're gonna get off here. Let you get back to your evening. Hanging with the family tonight, right?
Yeah.
You're home, so what's your favorite meal that you fix, or someone in your family fixes for you? What do you guys normally do?
So my mom is the best cook, in my opinion, ever.
I've already known that. That's the reason I was asking.
Yeah. My mom makes bomb food, and the thing, it's very basic, but I freaking love it, are potato tacos. And we're Hispanic, and so she makes like cuts up these potatoes, peels them, and fries them. And I don't know what she does. I've tried to make it, but it's not the same. I think she makes them with love, and that's probably why.
It's always the mother's love. I can't make my mom's cooking. I've tried and tried and tried. I still don't know. And she goes, all I do is this. And I'm like, Mom, I did the same thing, and it came out a disaster.
I follow the exact same steps, and it's just not the same. So I always want to eat the potato tacos. The best.
All right. Well, thank you again for coming on.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure. We had a lot of fun.
Me too.
So, like I said,
not as chaotic as last show. That was for sure.
Yeah. But get out there, check her out, check out her music. I've got links to the Facebook, and I think the Facebook will take you anywhere else you need to go, right? So
and she has cool merchandise because it says Vanilla Sugar, and most people don't know what you're talking about until you tell them, because they have to ask, or they think you're really conceited. She gets tattoos, Vanilla Sugar.
Yeah, I have a
man pointing out over here. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I've been a huge fan ever since we played with her, man. I mean, it was good. She's got an awesome stage show. She moves around. It wasn't a very big crowd because it's like a Wednesday. I think it was a Tuesday.
Yeah.
There was a handful of people, and she dragged us all into it. And we had another band, but it was a goth band, but it was a local goth band called Under the Stairs.
That's who I was thinking of.
Yes, they're local, and I know them. So
yeah, I loved their set.
Yeah. Want to move to Minnesota or something, so they're no longer around. But
bummer. They were really good. I really liked it a lot.
yeah.
All right, we're doing the Midwest goodbye here. It takes we say goodbye and then we talk. You notice is it a thing down in Texas too? The Midwest goodbye.
Yeah. Oh, Texas for sure.
Yeah.
Texas for sure, because I spent a lot of time in Texas for a while there.
We could be here for another hour.
Yeah. Oh.
Yep.
All right. Well, have a good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Well, still not 7 yet.
The police Nazi. The Nazi police. The time. The
Taskmaster.
Jeez.
But I guess she just